Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to come on stage and discuss with some of basically the august luminaries from reputed organizations. So we have with us Vimal Goel, who has been introduced already, is the CDO of HMEN, Mr. S.K. Behera, VP IT IGL, and Mr. Rajeev Arora, GM IT GAIL. Now, for the next 15 to 20 minutes, we would be asking them and get to know and get enlightened by how these organizations who are large in itself and has been with SAP for a considerable amount of a period, how they're thinking in moving towards the next journey when they're doing the transformation with SAP and with also other enterprise applications on the cloud journey. So with that, I would like to first open my conversations to Vimal sir. And Vimal sir, first of all, thanks. And it has been a pleasure to working with you, and would like to know the experiences from your side that when an organization, HMEL, when they took this basically the decision for moving towards the next transformation journey. So what were the key imperatives in the mind, and where basically where for SAP the idea of the cloud came into the mind, and what were the considerations which were taken? Would like to know from you, sir.
Thank you, Sandip. Very good evening, gentlemen. My name is Vimal Goel. I am CIO for HPCL-Mittal Energy. Just to give a background, we are a joint venture of HPCL and Mr. Alan Mittal's group company, Mittal Energy Investments, and the refinery at Bhatinda is operated by us. So, Sandip, before I answer this question, I think first and the foremost thing is what is cloud we need to understand. And at the same time, we need to understand whether we adopt cloud because it is just another technology which is available or it is a part of your strategy. HMEL, of course, has a luxury of being a new age company because we were set up in 2008 and we started our refinery in 2012. So by the virtue of being a new age company, we have that luxury of choosing the latest things. And this mandate honestly came from the leadership as well. And we are very thankful to them. They had a very progressive approach. We were also doing everything captive internally, frankly speaking. We have 2 data centers and we were trying to do everything internally. But one day we realized we need to adopt cloud. For the reason, the kind of agility, kind of extensibility, the kind of momentum it can give to your business possibly, yes, current setup will not be able to match the business growth. So the point is that we adopted cloud as a strategy itself early last year. We adopted that. So we started moving everything, all loads onto the cloud. So we signed up with Microsoft for this M365 business, complete everything. We shifted our data center load also. I think 4 months back, we shifted everything over to. So this SAP migration onto the cloud was an automatic extension of that strategy part. That was further fueled by the reason that our IT infrastructure was anyway, the refresh was due after 6 years, which was this year. So we thought this is the right time that we should look at the potential benefits of, because we know when it comes to SAP, we think twice. Reason being because it is system for records of the company. These are the statutory books of the company. You think twice. Probably email does not fall into that category. Your servers may not fall into that category. But this is the transaction system of the company, so you think twice. We went through that journey of doing all that evaluation of each and every parameter which affects at the same time drives this whole decision making, and then how we take this call. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Thank you, sir. We would come back to you with some more points, but before that, I would request Rajeev G. So you have also partially started the journey, and now you are actually thinking more deeper into it. So the same questions to you when it comes to for GAIL as a large organization, when you were thinking for this transformation, and we always are whatever the previous speakers have told that everything you do has to be done backed by a purpose. So when you're moving towards a transformation and with cloud as basically one of the fundamental pillars, so what are the purpose which is driving GAIL? And if you can share something to the audience, it would be nice.
Sandip, even in GAIL, we started our cloud journey say way back in 2017, when the GST actually had come. So that was the time when we actually moved a small workload to the cloud. And the experience definitely, initially when it was decided to move a workload to the cloud, that fear was there in our mind. What if, what if will happen to our data that is being shared onto the cloud? Will it be secure or not? Will there be any leakages to that data or not? But then slowly and steadily, I would say that confidence was built within this organization. And especially in 2022, when we were implementing our vendor invoice management system, that point in time, SAP proposed hybrid solution to GAIL. So that hybrid solution meant that Vim component was to be deployed in on-prem, whereas the invoices were to be loaded in the cloud. Actually, we were offered archiving and document management system, which was to be deployed in the cloud. So that point in time, again, that fear was there. What will happen to our transactions? Partially, we are actually loading the data on the cloud, and most of the transactions would happen from the on-premise only. And that point in time, there was no customer as such who has actually implemented Vim in that hybrid mode. We reached out to SAP and we did ask, is there any customer available who has done this hybrid implementation? Then I remember we just spoke to Mahindra and Mahindra, because Mahindra and Mahindra was actually, they implemented S4HANA on-prem and they were migrating their employee claims onto the cloud. So that way, actually, we had that similar architecture. So after that implementation, and which has gone live on April 23, we have been using this hybrid cloud for last more than 6 months, and the experience has been very, very good. So basis which actually we have started this discussions with SAP to see if we can move our S4 HANA journey also onto the cloud. So that discussion is still going on. But as during our initial discussions, there are certain concerns, especially with respect to the security, especially with respect to the regulatory compliances, and those points are still under deliberations with SAP. I hope once we get those clarifications, we will actually plan to move on to that SAP also on RISE section.
Yeah, thank you. It's a nice journey that you have shared. You started on a small scale, gradually built up the confidence, and now you are plunging for the bigger one. Basically, is that. Now coming to Behra sir, your organization deals with B2C, while others are on the B2B area. Or while SAP is a very critical, but for B2C, there's another risk. I mean, basically a larger basic demography you are actually catering to with your solution, and SAP is one of the critical part. So for your type of organization, when you're moving to cloud, basically, what are the type of considerations that you are thinking you are going to take, which will help you in taking forward towards the journey?
Thank you, Sandip. Basically, IGL is a utility company. As far as IGL is concerned, basically we have 2.2 million customers. Our infrastructure is very big, and we are already all the applications are running our on-prem solutions. So, but as far as cloud journey is concerned, we have started it very long back. That is I'm started from long back, you mean to say around 2015 in that way. First, what we did, we have segregated in two types of things. One is a critical and one is non-critical. Initially, we started with non-critical things. So, as far as Agile is concerned, 80% are running in our critical application, 20% are non-criticals. First, we have migrated to the non-critical application to the cloud, and successfully it is done. Then I've seen what is the benefit and how it works, that we have seen properly. And after seeing maybe using of 2-3 years, then I said at least now we should move to cloud for critical application. Then we started some critical applications. Then that is a customer facing application, we've started moving to cloud. And I've seen drastically change in that way, mean performance point of view, customer experience point of view. That really drastically it changed, and customer feedback has come, and they said now our all the, you mean to say, uh, all payments, everything are faster. Now that we are seeing that now the time has come, we have to move other application also. Now, these basically that our applications are some CRM related, that is a SAP applications. These are almost running on on-prem. Then I decided to go some sub module of SAP. We are till now we have not touched the core module of SAP. Now we are planning to move our subsidiary module, that is CRM, SAP CRM, that is moving to cloud. So that part is already in the progress, and maybe soon it will be moved to cloud. But as far as cloud journey is concerned, as per my point of view, first you have to prepare the cloud strategy. Then after you should move to the cloud. Because in cloud, lot many things will come in the future. One is, I have seen also in non-critical application, some maybe migrations part sometimes happens. Suppose one cloud services is not up to the mark or something like that, you have to move to other cloud or something like that. That time, that exit clause is very much important. That time, you have to see that part very carefully. Because last couple of years we are using 365 or 365. And till now also we are using same thing. But any point of time, suppose you want to change or something like that, and your grant or your strategy should tell all these things, and some SOP you have to prepare accordingly. Then then you will get the better or seamless migration to other cloud or something like that. So this is my point of view. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we are joined by Punit Sharma ji, and Punit Sharma ji is EDC and IT sale. So I hope the mic has been given. Yeah, yeah. So Punit ji, you are using cloud services of SAP, I think, for your 2 installations for quite a while, basically. So if you can share about the experiences which you have been able to leverage with the cloud services.
Sure
and
do.
Future, how would you plan forward for
Yeah. A very good evening to all the member panels and all the people present here. It's great to see the Ignited Minds at play. I'm sorry I reached a little late because I was stuck up with another meeting, because we are into the process of transferring ourselves to S4HANA implementation, which is very unique in its way, because we are doing 2 steps at one time. Not only are we trying to migrate to S4HANA, but we are across geographical locations, as probably SAIL, different production units. So it is 2 steps at one point. One is harmonize the entire process into one platform, and then transgress back into the S4HANA. So these 2 are something very, very difficult, because we will be doing master data strategy along with it, parallelly one, then phase 1, 3 plants, then this is what is being thought and envisaged. So it's a great challenge. However, coming to the topic which has been discussed today, where we are all eager, we have good experience of cloud now. Probably the fact was that possibly you understand that while we are in public sectors, we are answerable to so many ways, to the exchequer, the ministry, etc. But we got very good support, and we made some bold moves. Initially, we had one of the plants, ISCO, where we thought, because the infrastructure was lacking and we wanted to work on speed, so we took cloud as a platform, which is being, with the support of SAP, of course. And we had good experience there. Only that I would like to share good and bad points as well. So there was one hitch which had come about, I think, about month and a half earlier, where we had dark hours for a few hours. So, but anyway, the matter was resolved. It was an HP server which was come into play. The HP people, even from abroad, were contacted, and the work was done on war footing, and everything was brought to normalcy. But yes, there was a hitch. So we had requested SAP that such a thing should not happen in future, and we should go to the root cause analysis, that what exactly went wrong and what can we do to see that this kind of a thing doesn't happen again. But now probably, I'm sure most of you are aware that we were talking of 99.5% SLA. But now SAP with this RISE platform, now wishes to, because they have approached us with this kind of a solution which is under evaluation by SAIL, that 99.7 is good. But is it good enough? Because when we are talking across the plants, one small hitch now affected only one of our ISCO plants. But when we are into integration and this is one single point of truth, even half an hour can create a problem, because imagine the lines in our warehouses, the production units, everything gets affected within no time. So we are considering that. Yes, the kind of solution which is being provided to us is mouth-watering, because everything is done by them. The patch management, the data safety, DC, DR, everything is being done by them. So that way it is a single point of work and it becomes very easy. But at the same time, we need to do some risk mitigation also, so that in case something has to happen, how do we take care of it so that our production processes and dispatches are not affected? But so far, but for this incidents which I talked of, we had good experience, and it was almost a flawless sort of a thing. And definitely it helps us a lot, because we all understand putting patches in place, most of the times we need some kind of an external help. But here things were quite good, because everything SAP handles. So you are quite relieved. We do our business of making steel, and the ITPR is taken care of. So I'm sure in times to come, we will have definitely some better experiences. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So my next question, and I would like to, that would be my last question to all the panelists. So now that after moving to cloud, some of the workloads will be, of course, shifted. So what would be the priority from an IT organizations that you would be driving once the core moves to the cloud? What would be your other priorities which you would be doing? So that, if you can share something, Vimal ji.
I think, Sandip, the first priority, of course, because we'll be moving from ECC to S/4HANA, so it will be a different journey altogether. So without disrupting business, without much impact to business, how do we do that transformation is something which we are very conscious of, and we're trying to make sure with minimal disruption to the business, we are able to do that. But this is a very different project for us, because it's not only a pure lift and shift. We are bringing in some new modules also, like we have gone for success factor, we have gone for Concur, we have gone for SAC. So all those things has to be dovetailed and put as a part of this whole schema. So from that perspective, how to make business happy and delivering these things effectively to the organization is the first priority. Second thing is, in fact, this was a recent learning after attending some of the events from you. AI ML is something which everybody is talking about, and I personally feel it has got huge potential to the people. I'm seeing two things in SAP basket. One is the capabilities around AI, and possibly those are worth harnessing, worth exploiting in your implementations. So this is one target area which I have cut for myself. So possibly that by the time this implementation gets stabilized and we feel that we can focus on the next initiative, possibly that will be the one. Second thing is, of course, the advanced analytics which can come out of this, out of the box, through which instead of focusing on too many other pieces of technology, in case I can do it in one single platform, which is SAP in this case, possibly is worth doing. Third is, that is a mandate which we have kept for ourselves is, in all ECC implementation, whichever I am sure this is true for each one of us in this room, we have gone for our own modification, customization, etc. So we are targeting this. I don't know how much we will be successful, but by the way, we are on BTP for a long time now, and we have developed a lot of portals and mobile applications around that. Keeping this mandate of keeping the core clean, in case I am able to, or with the minimal, customs, in case I am able to roll out my S/4HANA, I will see that as one of the best, part of the whole implementation of this S/4HANA and the journey thereafter.
Thank you. You have very well defined the critical success factor. Now the same question, Rajeev ji, if I ask you, so how would you like to do that?
Sandip, presently we are still on ECC, and our topmost priority would be now to move on to S/4HANA. Now, see, most of the customers who have actually moved their ECC to S/4HANA, they have, for on-prem, they have actually done this migration in 2 steps. First, they migrated the database and then to the application part. Now, if we have to move our ECC to RISE with SAP, so it means we'll have to be very cautious while doing this migration, because it is going to be a more critical ones, because it is not just the database, but the application layer would also be migrated. So abhi first or topmost priority would be to migrate to Rise with SAP or to S4HANA. And then today, see, application modernization is now, every business is actually demanding for application modernization. So definitely next would be to implement those upcoming technologies, be it AI, ML, or the analytics on top of that, so that we can actually bring in those intelligent enterprise within this organization.
Thank you. So the most important thing which is coming up is improving the experience, usability, and then bringing in the innovations on a continued basis would be the next focus which is there. Whereas have any thoughts about it, especially when it comes to giving the experience to customers? Because for you, you serve how much? 2.1 million, right? And that numbers would be growing.
Yes, yes.
As Rajeev Ji gives you more gas, you will be increasing that, right?
In your Rajeev Ji, basically we are following the process of GAIL only. Okay, because we are the basically from joint venture of GAIL and BPCL, and we are always following from GAIL processes in that way. So as far as IGL is concerned, anyhow, we are using SAP ERP so far, and definitely we are following, because whenever that Rise concept has come, we have to move. Everybody's moved, we have to also move. But thing is, when, that is a point. So now we are concentrating on, because this is a CRM is other aspect, that is customer facing. First we will moving to CRM part, then after definitely we will move our ECC part. As far CRM is concerned, or as far as SAP is concerned, my point of view, it is first you should prepare, because first you have to identify the customization part. Because anyhow, whenever you will move to any new platform, then customization will definitely create a problem. That's why before doing anything, you have to, that work you have to do, homework you have to work. That homework should be for identify the customization, and the basis of that you have to see how many customization can be removed or can be avoided. So that standard should pull. And then same time you have to awareness program is also required very much. Awareness means maybe training, small kind of training, or what new Rise will give or something like that. That part also we are doing right now. So these are the preparedness for before moving to cloud. That is more important for my point of view.
Thank you. And last question to Punit Ji. Your organization is spread across multiple locations, multiple SKU, and a huge number of employees. So I think there must be a lot of chances for improving. So what are the typical points which you are trying to think when you move into the cloud world, basically, for continuous improvement part?
Actually, one very straight and simple question is that once you move to the cloud, most of the responsibilities lie with the cloud owner, so you are that much relieved. But at the same point, let us understand that there is another Damocles sword hanging, which you apparently doesn't come out, is that in case you are going to the cloud, it is said that it's a one-way street. So once you go in, how do you come back? In case you are not satisfied with the product, or maybe if you have taken it for some of your IT and OT perspectives, then the latency which comes into play, which doesn't suit you. So these are some points which need to be evaluated from organization to organization, but definitely when going to the cloud, and if it is successful, so we have so far found that it is very useful for us, because the manpower rest can really go to some other productive jobs. As rightfully said by my colleagues sharing the board, that we have certain AI and ML applications in times to come with Chat GPT-4 opening up a big aura of various multiple applications. These things can do wonders for us. And this will make the person who was indispensable, the whole organization tends to benefit from this, and it's huge to come. And in times, because sale, probably as you understand, we have so many warehouses, we have so many products, and we have got logistics huge, not only the incoming as well as the outgoing. Sky is the limit which can be achieved with these kinds of technologies, where once it comes to the mobile, now these days even laptops are getting redundant, everything can be done on mobile. And this is only possible through these kinds of cloud technologies, and more so, not to be mentioned, when COVID had come in, each one of us realized what cloud can do the trick. So from there to here, where we are talking as of now, and while we are talking, so many developments are still taking place. So it's going to be a great affair. So this is very much of use to us, and I'm sure it's to all the organizations. Thank you.
So thanks. With that, we have to end it because Shalini is giving me the green signal to close. So with that, I wish and we all wish a great success for your organization when you move towards the transformation journey. And thanks.